Hey, I just got off the phone with my friend from Sweden. I told her, cuz, you need to keep your white ass and your white children's asses in Sweden. This United States of America is not the same as it was when you were here last time. We have an old white guy dictator now. And then after he's done signing all his EOs, then we'll probably end up with a brown dictator. And I told her, I said, you know, we got all these hordes of people coming across the border. They're getting ready to come across the border. I mean, they think that they're just going to flood the United States with... I said, so, you know, it's not going to be the same here. It looks pretty right now. Give it a little bit, and it won't be that pretty anymore. We have a slave labor force that is feeding the world. Our own government's only giving the people a pittance of $600 now and again. What? You know, $1,200 in a year when these people are starving and losing their businesses. Right. So I told her, stay in Sweden. Don't come here. If I didn't have to get a job to go there, I'd go live in her forest with her. She's got a forest. Nice. That's where I was raised, in the wilderness. So that's what I prefer anyway, wild animals to people. Because wild animals don't treat you this. I mean, at least you know where you stand with the mountain lions and the rattlesnakes and the bears and the deer and the birds and all of that. At least you know what to do. I mean, we can get along. Coyotes, I love coyotes. So yeah, you know, living in the wilderness and growing up in the wilderness and riding horses and the good old swimming hole days and all of that, that was great. At least I had that to look forward to, considering I had a incestuous family that I was raised in. Oh, and I don't have white privilege. I was barefooted all summer long because my parents couldn't afford shoes for us. My grandmother was a white picker. Oh, Irish. Sold also. Yeah, her body was sold when she was a young lady. How about that? I guess that's what happened when you're an Irish picker and you're on yeah. I guess that's part of what happened. And then I was raised by two parents who were raised by pedophiles, and I was raised next door to a pedophile. Yeah, so guess what I had to deal with my whole life? Some old white predator. Dictator, right? You had to shut your mouth. And you had to. You weren't allowed to say anything. If you did, you know, your life was on the line. I know how to do that. That's how I was raised. But I can't shut my mouth anymore. I don't know why. So, I guess that old white guy dictator won't like me. And probably that brown dictator that's coming up won't like me either. You know. Yeah. I'm just a total nonconformist. I prefer to stay away from human beings. And if it wasn't for my dad still being alive, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in the wilderness somewhere with my dog and my RV, probably fishing. Because my vote doesn't count. I know that. So there's no reason for me to come out of the wilderness ever again once I finally get there. Right. If my vote doesn't count, what's the point? As long as I'm a viable member to the state and I can still make the state money and I can still support the state, they'll let me be okay. Except for they might want me to get a jab, mandatory jab. But when that day comes, they'll just have to kill me because that ain't going to ever happen. Right. If it's going to be revelations, you know what side of the fence I'm on. It doesn't make any difference to me. Anyway, I've already died, so I know what it feels like to be on the other side. It ain't that bad. It's fine. As long as you know where you're going, we create our own realities moment by moment through our own emotionalized thought, even our hereafters. So that was my phone call with my Swedish cuz, and she's not coming here with her children because it won't be pretty for her once this whole thing takes effect. Because, I told her, I said, just look at California. Check it out over there. Oh, she knows about California. Well, she has been in California before, and she has friends in California now. She even has friends here in Nevada. So she knows. How cool is it to live in California right now? How about all those people that live in California right now that want to get rid of their governor so bad that they almost have enough signatures right now to recall him? Well, let's just see what happens. If California manages to take their state back, well, maybe there's hope for the whole planet. But I don't see how it's going to work out. I think it's too far gone. I don't think the people stand a chance anymore. There's no reason to be a GOP member. The GOP gave the people away a long time ago for money. Right? They don't care about the people. They only care about the people for one reason. If they're good tax slaves, then they're okay. They're allowed to be okay then. But if they're not good tax slaves, then what? They're going to figure out a way to get rid of all those people who are complainers. I'm going to go sit under a tree and go fishing. And I'm not ever voting again. There's no reason to vote again. There's no reason to give money to the GOP. There's no reason to give money to Congress. Because we keep getting the same thing we've been getting. And the people won't get together. They want to get together and do protests. Everybody wants to get in the street and do protests. Right? That's all they're willing to do. Complain, complain, complain. Talk, 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 complain. That's what I hear the GOP doing. Talk, 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 complain. That's all they've been doing. You're not my voice anymore, GOP, and you never were. I thought you might have been at one point in time, but you're not. And even that old white dictator that we have signing all those EOs, he is not my dictator. He's not my dictator. I'm not accepting him as my dictator, okay? I didn't vote for that dictator. I didn't vote for the brown dictator coming up behind him either. What I voted for was more freedom. And what have we gotten now? What we have now is a guy who's signing all these EOs. Congress is defunct. Why are we sending money to Congress? Because why? Anyway, great-grandchildren and happy warriors. I don't know what's going to happen in the future about this situation. I know what's going to happen in the future about other situations coming up because I've seen the future. I am good about that. At some points in time, I get given visions. So I'm okay with what happens to me personally. And I've already died once already anyway. I've already been to the other side a few times. I've already seen things. I already know about stuff. I'm good with this. But the people who voted for this old white slave owner, what were you thinking? GOP, you're worse than the old white slave owner that got voted in. And I hope nobody sends you any money ever. I hope everybody quits you. I voted as an independent. I'm not a member of the RNC. I'm not a Republican. I quit being a Republican a long time ago when Boehner and then Ryan, I can't believe, but I can believe he did. They wanted another younger Boehner so he could be in there forever. Because they had plans forever. They have forever plans. They always plan on stuff. The only thing they care about is their slave labor force. That's all they care about. So if we can't get rid of the dictators, and we're always going to have a dictator, white or brown, then, maybe the virus will get killed. Yeah. The virus will get killed, and everybody who takes that jab will have the virus killed. What virus is that, children and great-grandchildren and happy warriors? What do you think is the virus that they really want to kill off of the planet? Because it's a global thing? What would that be? What virus is that really? Well, maybe you should think about what that real virus is, because it ain't what they're saying it is. And if they're doing a global thing, what do you think about Revelations in the Bible? Is it just the mark? Is that what it is? That ain't my problem. I'm not getting the mark. There's no reason for me to get the mark. There's no reason for me to get the mark. I'm too old to have children, and I've already had COVID. So, I'm not getting the mark. I'll take my chances with getting it again. I took my chances the first time. I survived my way. I had all the remedies here at home. All of them. Anyhow, I love you. Whatever you decide to do. I just know that if you take the mark, you're done. You've made a decision then if that's what you want to do. Okay? Even the elite will be fooled, right? Even the elite will be fooled. Well, good luck. I'm going fishing. As soon as my dad is gone and I take care of the stuff that's left over here, I will be a nomad.